Sometimes I can read too much into things.
Okay.
Nick Caserio yesterday talking to the media for 30 minutes about the 53-man roster, what to expect of the Texans, Deshaun Watson. I'm wondering if this comment from Nick Caserio was throwing some shade at Bill O'Brien.
I would say from where we started and go back in February to where we are now, we're in a lot better position. I think we're in the middle of the league in terms of cap space that's available. And I think when we started in February, we were 40th of 32 or whatever it was. If you look at it in 2-year windows or 2-year increments, that's probably the appropriate way to do it. And understanding whatever you do in 1 year is going to affect what happens the next year. So, again, you can try to look at it in totality. And, again, you try to allocate resource as best you can and try to mitigate your risk and your downside, understanding that, okay, there's sometimes going to be a cost of doing business.
Am I wrong there? Am I reading too much into it? Now we're about middle of the league in cap, where at the beginning of the season we were 40th out of 32. Am I reading too much into that one?
No, sir, you're not. And this is the guy that has been harping on it forever and a day and got pushback from a lot of different people when I said the Texans are and have been in cap hell. I said that Caserio already had an uphill battle because the first thing he had to do, whether it was Bill O'Brien related or not, was dig out of cap hell. And he basically just reiterated that point, and in the process said that the old butt chin left him a Grand Canyon-sized hole to climb out of, and the number one thing that he had to do was clean up that cap situation with those bloated contracts, overpaying guys. And a year ago or so, when I was highlighting the fact that between Nick Martin, between Kaimi Fairbairn,
Throw Merciless in there,
and Whitney Merciless, they were all top 6 paid at their position. Not top 6 graded, not top 6 rewarded, but top 6 paid at their position. Something had to be done. I give Caserio credit for his cap cleanup.
Yesterday we were talking about things that Nick Caserio has done that can excite you, or some positives that you've seen from Nick Caserio.
That was mine, by the way.
9 months on the job. That was yours, by the way. To me, that's the best thing that he's done. Pressing the hard reset on the franchise, getting them in a good situation going forward. Like, if I have an argument against that, though, it's like, okay, your team's not going to be great. You're not going to be spending a lot of money on free agents anyways, but it is nice to have the fresh start with the organization. Like, this isn't an expansion team per se, but the way you're rebuilding it, it's kind of going to be that way. Like, you want to put yourself in a good situation financially. You start to bring in some young pieces next year, the year after that, the year after that. Bring in some shrewd free agency players as well. And now you're in a position, I think, where you can get back to being competitive.
Well, and that's the thing. If you want to dabble in free agency, you got to have the money to do it.
But when do you want to dabble?
Oh, you want to do it right now?
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
but at the same time, when you do, and you never know when it might be, right? You might want to do, as you put it, you might want to dabble early on. But suddenly, and I use the Dolphins as the perfect scenario. The Dolphins were looking at maybe a 5 to 7 year window, okay? And all of a sudden they realized, hey, we just pressed the fast forward button. We just gained a few years we didn't think we were going to gain. We made some trades, Bill O'Brien, and we also drafted smartly, got some good players. And suddenly we found a windfall where it might not be 5 to 7 years. So now, instead of dabbling, now I might be able to be in a position to take the bigger move, the bigger leap, the bigger jump, whether that be Deshaun Watson or free agency or both. That's when you make it. But you have to have the iron ready to hit the fire when the time is right. You don't do that if you're in cap hell and you don't have the resources lined up. That's what Nick Caserio is doing.